Hello, pre-algebra students. This is Miss Tracy. We are in lesson 59. We're going to talk about proportions with fractions. So let's just jump right into the first problem so I can tell you kind of what we're doing. You might get a proportion that looks like this. All right, that looks kind of scary, doesn't it? Don't let it scare you. It's just a proportion. You would treat it exactly the same way that you treat if this were just a single fraction on either side. All right. So all you're going to do is you're going to multiply the numerator times this denominator. You write it down just like this, right? Put your equal sign down and then numerator times this denominator. So 5 over 8 times x. All right, that's all we're doing. Don't let this intimidate you. It is nothing more than this right here. Multiply this times this and this times this. Now, there's an extra step because once you write it down like this, then you have to actually multiply them. So that's going to be 2 times 1 is 2, and 3 times 5 is 15, equals 5 over 8 times x. We're going to do the same thing we always do. We're going to use the reciprocal of this, which just means the flipped fraction. So 8 over 5. We know that 5 times 8 is 40. 8 times 5 is 40. 40 over 40 times x is just 1x. And that 1 is invisible right here. Right? But if we do it times this side, we have to do it times this side. Let me put that there so it's not confusing. 8 over 5. 8 times 2 is 16. 5 times 15 is 75. These two cannot be reduced by the same factor. I know this because 8 is 4 times 2. 15 is 3 times 5. They don't have any of the same factors on the top and the bottom. So it is what it is. Y'all can do this. This is just a little bit harder than the last time you did it. And that's all pre-algebra is about. It's just the next time you get to it, we kind of go around and around in a circle. And the next time we pass by this topic, it gets just a tiny bit harder, just a tiny bit more complicated. But this is not that hard. You guys can do this. I have every bit of confidence in your ability. Let's do 59.2. What does this one say? 59.2 says x over 3/4 is equal to, and listen, sometimes it helps to make that line bigger than this line so you can know which is the fraction difference, right? If this line is written the same length as this one, you might think it's x over 3 over 4. So be sure to write the line that's bigger, or that is the divisor between the top and the bottom, bigger, so you can tell which fraction is which, right? I'll show you, like this one is 1/3. It's 1/3 over 2/5. So notice how I write the line that separates them bigger. So it's easier to understand. It's easier to see what I need to do. So give yourself some help like that, all right? So x times 2/5, we're just going to write 2/5 times x right here. That's all we can do with that for now. But we have 1/3 times 3/4. All right, so 2/5. We're going to use the reciprocal here. So 5 times 5 over 2 times 2 over 5 times x. So why don't we just go ahead and do this. 1 over 3 times 3 over 4, which is the same thing we had here. And then let's go ahead and add this to the mix. 5 over 2. All right, do we see anything we can cancel? I do. We can cancel this and cancel this. So that's x by itself. We can cancel this as well because it's 3 and 3. We can factor that out. I don't see anything up here that is the same down here now. So 1 times 5 is 5. 4 times 2 is 8. And that's our final answer. Easy peasy. All right, that is, guess what? All we have for this lesson. So let us do our practice problems, and I'll see you guys in lesson 60.